misleading television ad during the presidential campaign. This was John Mills is live at the County Election Board in Maplewood. He's been learning more about which members of law enforcement are getting involved in this. John, tell us more about this.
Russell, good evening. Prosecutors and sheriffs from across Missouri are joining something called the Barack Obama Truth Squad. Two high-profile prosecutors are part of the team. We met them this afternoon in the Central West End. They are Jennifer Joyce from the city, Bob McCullough, the St. Louis County prosecuting attorney. They will be reminding voters that Barack Obama is a Christian who wants to cut taxes for anyone making less than $250,000 a year. They also say they plan to respond immediately to any ads and statements that might violate Missouri ethics laws.
We want to keep this campaign focused on issues. We don't want people to get distracted, and Missourians don't want to be distracted by these divisive character attacks. So we're here to respond to any character attacks, to set the record straight.
Whether it is directly attributable to the campaign or to one of the soft money operations, if they're not going to tell the truth, then somebody's got to step up and say, wait a minute, that's not true, this is the truth.
Now, the Obama campaign tells News 4 that others, prosecutors and sheriffs, are also part of the team, including some from the Kansas City area and from rural parts of Missouri. We're also told the Truth Squad is expected to include Jefferson County Sheriff Glenn Boyer. Live in Maplewood, John Mills, News 4.
John, thank you.
Oh, yes, thank you. We're here to remind you that we decide what reality is, and you'll be arrested. We'll decide if what you're saying isn't true. If you say he's not a Christian, we're going to arrest you. We want to keep this campaign about the issues. Imagine, these are police and prosecutors who were so authoritarian, they sit there on the news like it's North Korea with a straight face saying, we're going to keep this friendly. We're gonna tell you what to do. And you know what? People got scared all over the country. They have the same truth squads shutting down people's websites right now. You get a notice from your provider, or they just turn you off. Oh, the truth squad says that Obama's not involved in Fast and Furious. We're having to shut down your website right now. Oh, Google said, you know what? You're not allowed to sell a T-shirt as Obama as the Joker. Mr. Jones, your Google account is suspended. We may turn it back on someday. So I still have it, still get alerts, I guess, because Google likes to keep, data mining me. I mean, it's just, we just have an account. It's not hooked up to anything, but we had one. So they're like, oh, your account's suspended. You don't sell a shirt showing him as the Joker. You bad American. You bad American. You shut your pie hole, pal. That's what freedom's about, okay? So I thought I'd play that in the last few weeks because I mentioned it and I saw comments on a video because I scan over them because I find a lot of interesting tips in there. Going, he's a liar. They don't tell you they'll arrest you. This Jones is really, I've got newscasts out of Illinois and out of Vermont, of all places, saying the exact same thing. And I've got them this year. The school teacher going, you're not allowed to talk bad about Obama. You will be arrested. And the student was like, well, I have a First Amendment. She's like, you shut up. You shut up. No, you don't. And you know what? The school upheld her and said, you know what? Good job. In fact, I remember the Army and Marine Corps recruiters in Houston and in Denver, Colorado, Houston, Texas. Remember 5-6 years ago that got caught going into the schools, 14, 15-year-olds, getting them to verbally pledge or claim they had that when they became 18 or 17, they joined the military. And they started recording them going, I'm going to come and arrest you tomorrow now that you're 18 if you don't come sign this commitment paper. Sir, I never said I'd do that, and you talked to me 3 years ago, and I said I'd think about it. I'm going to arrest you. Is that clear? I'm coming with police right now. That was standard procedure. They got caught. Both those guys got promoted, right? A year later. That's what this is all. And hey, folks, if you want to live in a country like this where we kill babies with abortion, and now they say kill old people, and where they take and you don't want any due process or any protection, okay, enjoy. They're going to take everything. And I want to just tell all the little enforcers something too. You're not going to have fun enforcing this. It doesn't matter, though. You'll get yours. You're going to get hurt by your own masters. That's my little enjoyment. But I tell you, I didn't know they could stack garbage so high. I see it everywhere. I didn't know they could stack stupid, mindless scum who have no idea what reality's like just everywhere. Just simpering, effeminate men who think they're tough, but strut around acting tough everywhere. You know, in the old days, men were real polite because they'd been around. And you went around acting tough like that, you get your brains bashed out. I'm so sick of it. You people want tyranny, you're going to get a full, giant, double helping of it. Just like those babies who you say aren't human are in the dark getting chopped up by a big old sickle. Well, it's all coming down on this country. And it makes me want to throw up, I tell you. You'll find out. Just listen, don't believe me. Take all the vaccines, drink all the fluoride water, eat all the GMO, and enjoy going to funerals for your kids and yourself. I mean, enjoy it. It's what you want. It's what you get. It's everything you ever wanted, everything you ever needed. You begged for it. You wanted it. It was fun. You're going to get it all. I've got more news I've got to get to. Let's go quickly to calls. Jake in Kansas, you're on the air, sir. Better not talk bad about the government, buddy. We got police that are watching. Doesn't that sound like a free country?
No, sir. But, hey, man, first-time caller. Like, I love your films. I got your app on the iPhone. And I'm a younger info warrior, and just everybody in Kansas is doomed. You know, I try to get your show out to everybody, and it's just terrible.
Oh, there's a lot of good people in Kansas. I get a little negative, too. But, look, they're in a trance, sir. You can get them out of the trance. What do you tell them about the tyranny, and what do they say? Not that it doesn't exist, but that what are you going to do about it, right? They've gone from not saying it doesn't exist to what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, it's, you know, I get all my friends, you know, I try to show them Terrorist Storm, even Police State, you know, it's kind of more catchy. They don't even get 5 minutes into it, man. It's terrible. But
How old are you? How old are you? Like 18?
No, I'm 19. I turned 20 in August.
Well, a lot of times, some young people want to wake up, but sometimes they don't. The best groups to hit are like 30 to 40 because they're actually working in the workforce. They know they're getting hammered. They want to wake up. Look, move on from people that don't care, who just want to go play video games all day. Okay? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was calling to say, you know, I don't watch a lot of TV, but I was watching a Decoded. It just caught my eye because it was about the Bohemian Grove. And, you know, I was about to turn it off until they actually mentioned your name, you know, how you snuck into it. And I just wanted your comments on the man and the woman who, like, you're in the boat with. Like, they just seem like they didn't even know where they were at, like how serious the Grove is. And the
well, here's the deal. I agreed to be on that TV show. And so it's not very friendly or professional to break bread with people and then talk bad about them. But that's who they selected for the show, was just average Joe Schmo, Sally Soccer Mom, Joe Sixpack. And they were interviewing me at a theater there in the little town of Monterey. And I'm like, they had a bartender there who was serving us food, lunch and stuff, you know, part of the theater, because they rented the whole thing. And the guy basically told me, hey, I work at the Bohemian Grove, but don't worry, I won't tell on you. And I went and told him, and I said, look, they're going to be waiting. We got to call this off. You're going to get arrested. And to them, they live in such a naive little world. They went, oh, no, come on, don't be paranoid. And I said, all right. So when we got there and landed on the backside, they had the police waiting up in the woods. And they went up there, and the cops grabbed him and came running down at me. And I just said, I jumped in the water. Yeah, I'm not going to jail just because I pulled up on a high water line legally and lawfully. You're allowed to go up to that. And I knew they were waiting in there because see, I'm a conspiracy theorist. See, because I live in the real world, and the bartender's going, you know what? I hang out with George Herbert Walker Bush, and I've played bongos with him naked. And this actually happened, and I don't appreciate you talking bad about it. You know, so what if we do rituals in there? And I'm like, okay, dude, want some more orange juice? Want another taco? They had Mexican food in there. And I went over to the director, and I said, listen, they know we're coming. I said, you need to quit blabbering. And the guy looked at me and went, oh, yeah, right, Alex. They're going to get me? Are the helicopters going to? I shouldn't. They were all nice guys, just very naive. Okay, so there's your answer about that Decoded episode I was in.
Cool, man. That's all I want to know. You know, I just want to give a shout out to Aaron Dykes and Rob Dew. You know, I love the nightly news.
Well, I'm doing it tonight, brother, and they're all doing a great job as well. And we're about to hire a bunch of reporters who are going to be doing it sometimes. They're out there doing man on the street. Thank you so much. Yeah, I got all this news I got to get to, and I got loaded phones here. I don't know what to do. We're going to come back, ladies and gentlemen, and I can't help it. I'm going to hit the news and then get to Donald at least, but I've got to get to some of this news here. Stay with us. Prisonplanet.tv, Infowars.com. Let me ask you a question. Don't give up the fight. Okay, I saw this article in New York Daily News. Indiana militiaman gets back his 41 guns, 100,000 rounds of ammunition from the feds. I've got 41 guns or more. I don't think I have 100,000 rounds of ammo. Thomas Hytek, member of the Hatari militia, was charged with plotting to kill police officers and overthrow the government, but was acquitted by a judge in March who cited insufficient evidence. And all the feds had was driving down to the Knob Creek machine gun shoot from Michigan, was the leader of this little militia. They're like, you know, the feds like, what do we do if they try to confiscate the guns and have martial law and collapse everything and come to kill us? Well, I guess we may have to fight then. I mean, that's Declaration of Independence. Boom, all arrested, all fake. And that federal judge is going to get in a lot of trouble now because they weren't a total criminal. And the judge just said, release them. Now, they still kept 2 because they could say the guns were fully auto. As if you just can't go get a tax stamp for that. Everybody obsesses over full auto. I don't want full auto. If they ever come grab one of my guns and make it full auto, try to put me in jail. I mean, what a joke. The point is that the news doesn't even know what they're talking about. This Jason Fields is probably 3 years old. It says Indiana militiaman gets back his 41 guns, and they keep calling them machine guns, but fully auto, and then it goes and admits 2 of them have been charged with machine guns. He wouldn't be getting them back if they were machine guns he had illegally. And they call them implements of destruction. But when the drones are above us, that's a good thing, though, right? An admitted militiaman. Oh, so evil. Basically, that's just the term for civil defense. Got 41 guns and more than 100,000 rounds of ammunition back from the government Friday. See, it shouldn't be about why was an innocent guy set up. The guns were confiscated when Thomas Hytek and 6 other members of Hatari militia were arrested in 2009 on charges they planned to kill police officers and overthrow the government. He was acquitted in March when a federal judge, Victoria Roberts, found there was insufficient evidence in the case. Hayek and others then petitioned to get their weapons back. The implements of destruction, which included an AK-47, just a semi-auto, handguns, shotguns, crossbows, and swords, required 2 trips to take home, according to TV station WLS. When Pytek arrived to pick up his property from the Hammond, Indiana police station, he was already packing heat. Oh, it's so horrible he had a gun. We should all start carrying guns just to let all these government servants know who the boss is. See, they want to run TV ads and have billboards up that say, report illegal guns with an image of a revolver, and then the carpet cleaner's in your house and sees a gun case and calls the cops on you. That happened to me. I mean, that's how mentally ill and dumb the public is. I mean, just thumb-sucking mindless idiots. I just get so disgusted with these people I can't even pronounce the words right. And it just goes on. Just a piece, you know, whatever. He said, according to WLS, you've got a phone, keys, whatever. It ain't a thing with me. And it goes on. He also got back military helmets, bulletproof vests, $100 in cash, and his cell phone. And it goes on to basically demonize him. So, government arming to the teeth with giant tanks, weapons, all these systems, surveilling us illegally, that's good. That's safety, even though historically that's the main danger. But you get citizens trying to counterbalance that, that's bad. Hey, I agree with the government. It's bad for us to own guns. I think it's good foreign banks brag they've taken over America and are preparing to bankrupt us to consolidate